Hey beautiful family, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Miriam Ange Vibes. I know I just changed my channel name lastly from Life of Happiness to Miriam Ange Vibes. In this channel I do video about lifestyle, marriage, relationship, life with kids, life with teenager, and so many other things, and also God's love. If you're interested in any of this, please do not forget to hit that red subscribe button down below so you can be part of this family. So guys, in fact, it's been a month or 2 months I've been hearing a lot of people talking about how they call police on their wife, on their husband, and this has really been a concern to me. So that is why I said, okay, let me make a video about this today, because it's really hard. It's really sad when you hear a couple living together for so long, and they have problem and you have to call a cops on your wife and call a cop on your husband. Is really aching. Why? Because we all know the laws in the United States, especially us from Africa. We really have to be taught of these laws. We know how much human rights is so important in this country, and we do not joke with somebody's life. When you put your hand on your wife or your husband, it's totally abuse. That is abuse. You can go to jail for that. So we really have to be careful the way we treat people out there, the way we treat our partners. But we have to try as much as possible to see how we can really solve our problems before we even go into calling the cops. Most especially to our African people out here in the United States. Before you move into the United States, when you come to this country, you need to know they have their rules and their regulation. It's not like in Africa where we just do things without, and nobody is behind us. The laws here are very respectful and very strict. They don't joke with their laws, and we have to really try as much as possible to see how we can study to know how these laws works. If not, we are going to be in a big mess, and when you're in big mess, there is nothing you can do with your life. Your life will be frustrated. There are so many things you cannot do. There are so many things you cannot achieve because you already have a background that is not clean based on the way you behave. If you don't behave well in the United States, even if you have the citizenship, they are still going to take it back from you and they will deport you back to your country. So we really have to be careful the way we treat others out there. The reason why I'm saying this is because I have been hearing a lot, and it's a concern. I just want us to discuss about it and see how we can do to solve our problem out there. We are all Africans. We are all immigrants in this country. All we are trying to do is to better our life, better the lives of our families back home and that of our kids. So we want to try as much as possible not to put ourselves in trouble. This is because of the wrong choice we make in life, of choosing the wrong person you are living in. Because the moment you start living with that person, you realize you cannot make your life with that person. Whatever that person does is a problem to you. You don't find anything beneficial in this person. So, and it becomes a conflict. And when there's conflict all the time, there's nothing you can do. The only thing you can do is you guys start fighting each other, and there is hatred. You start hating each other, contribute to our mental health problem. That is why you see so many people killing their wives, killing their husband out here, because there are so many things going on in their relationship and you feel frustrated. The only thing you can do is start thinking of suicide, which already contribute to our mental health problems. So this is really an issue. If you are in a situation that you know it's not beneficial to your life and you have tried to solve the problem several times, please just quit. It's better to quit, leave, and go be on your own rather than staying there and the problem keep increasing and you keep, us as Africans living in the United States. Not only Africans, even the Americans, they do behave the same, but it's their country. They are not going anywhere. They are living here. So after all of this, I came out with 5 mistakes that we all do in choosing a life partner. We have to try to take into consideration to see how we can look into this before we choose a partner. Because when choosing a partner is choosing somebody you are going to live your whole life with. You are not just going to live with this person for 1 month, for 1 day, for 2 days, for 3 months, for 10 months, for 1 year. You are living with this person for your whole life. You guys will be laying on the same beds for your whole life. So you need to take into consideration all of this before you think of getting into a marriage relationship, because it's a vital thing that we all have to take into consideration before we even say we are married. Marriage is not a day job. As I usually say, it's not a day job. It's an everyday battle. You have to be prepared emotionally, mentally, and physically. Everything, you need to be prepared before you get into marriage. There is one mistake we do: lying to ourselves. That is the first mistake we do. When you lie to yourself, there is nothing that you can do to choose the right partner. Yes, you have to try as much as possible to be yourself. Do not lie to yourself. So do not lie to yourself to gain love. No, that does not exist. Love is something that is natural. It's something that happens naturally. You have to have that feeling of being in love before you can consider yourself you are in love. The second mistake we all do is not being comfortable living alone. If you're not comfortable living alone and you rush in getting somebody you want to live with, you're making a big mistake, guys. Please, let's try as much as possible to avoid this. You have to be comfortable living alone, sleeping alone, loving yourself before you think of getting somebody out there. Why? Because if you're not that comfortable, there is nothing. You will rush and you will get the wrong person, not understanding what love is in fact, I remember when they usually say, when you say you have fallen in love with somebody, and they will say, no, you do not fall in love, but you are in love. I don't know this statement, but they always say, when we were back in high school, they say, you're falling in love. Are you falling in love? When you're in high school, most of the time what you're doing is falling in love. You're just falling in love. The law of the attraction. You look at this person, you desire this person, you feel like you want to have that person, but you do not have a reason why you want to have this person, but just the person appearance, or when you sit beside the person, you feel good, you feel happy, you think you are in love of that person, but you are not in love, guys. Love is a vital thing. It's something that you have to sit and think all the angle, emotional, in fact physical. You have to think before you can know you are in love. Love is loving this person for who that person is. You do not just love somebody because you feel you are comfortable being around that person, you are safe being beside that person. You need to have a purpose. You need to love this person for who that person is. So beautiful. Another point we do not take into consideration when choosing a life partner is emotional compatibility. Is really important. You need to have a vibes. You need to have something that when you sit, you think about it, you be like, I believe I can make a life with this person. I believe we can be together. When that emotional compatibility is not there, you still go ahead and try to force the relationship. It's going to end up bad. It's not going to work. So we have to try as much as possible to see how we regulate and choose the emotional compatibility to be the right one. It all depends on the way you see things, the way you move together, the way you do things together. You have to study all of this. That is why it's not a day job. It's not a day job because you have time to be together, to see if there are certain things that you can do together. Can you guys function together in doing certain things? You have to take that into consideration. Prayers. I always say praying is really important in every relationship, in every marriage, in everything. Is very important, because the moment you pray, you are going to see so many things. It can be in your dreams or things happening around. You are going to notice all of that. I always take, for example, when you are about to choose a life partner, You guys should pray together. You should meditate together. You should do fasting. You should do so many things and talk to God. Ask God to guide you. Ask God to show you if this person is the right person to you. Trust me, you will experience that, and God is going to show you. Another point is our parents' advice. Most of the time, we do not take our parents' advice. They always say parents have sixth sense. Like, they have the number sixth sense. We all know we have five senses, right? So they say the parents, they have the number six senses, which they see things. So at time when you present your life partner to your parents, if your parents, they don't accept it, you have to take that into consideration. The people that are around you, what they say about your partner, it really matters. At time we do not take into consideration when we are trying to choose our life partner, but I believe is something that is important, because before you live with somebody, before you come into that person's life, that person needs to know how you were living your life. How were you living in the society? You don't just want to jump into a relationship or into a married relationship, getting a partner because you feel you are ready or you want to get it. You need to get some information. And if your parents, they give you some advice that, my daughter, my son, before you get into this marriage, this is what I am saying, you have to take that into consideration. If not, tomorrow you come back to your dad and say, Dad, what you told me, you were definitely right. And our parents, they see a lot. I always take their advice. They see a lot. These people don't joke with their with their eyes. The first time they meet your partner, the way your partner interact with them, the way they talk, when they leave, your dad or your mom is going to tell you. They are going to tell you that, son, I think that's the right person for you. My daughter, I think this is not the right person for you. So you got to take that into consideration. It's really, really important. The last and not the least, not controlling your brain. Oh my goodness. We do not control our brain when we are choosing our partner. It's important to control your brain. You gotta be wise. You have to know who you are choosing. This person is somebody you're spending your whole life with. You are sleeping on the same bed. You are sleeping in the same bed with this person for your whole life. So do not make that mistake. Control your brain. Don't just fall into it and you be like, oh my goodness, I'm in love with this person, and you just let yourself go. You have to control your brain. You have to be able to think. You have to be able to reflect. You have to be able to calculate, to see if this person is really meant for you. There are certain things you need to study. It's not just something that you said, okay, let me give a try, let me just take this person and start living with this person. Probably this person, I will get to know this person. No, some people, they do have that luck. This is a luck. It's a matter of luck. So at time you can just get this person, and in a matter of luck, this person might behave well and you're lucky. But most of the time, we need to put our brains together and see how to make things work, because it's not a day job. And most of the time we are quick in jumping into relationship. Don't be quick in jumping into a relationship. It's not a race. I always say relationship, marriage, choosing a partner is not a race. Not because your friend is married or your sister or your kid brother or your kid sister is married and you are the elder one, you are not yet married. You think it's the time for you to just get in there and grab somebody because you think you are already old. It's better to live alone than to get a partner that you are going to spend your time wasting some of your years, and at the end you get a divorce, or at the end you realize it was not somebody for you. You better live alone. I always say so, that I would rather live alone than to be in a toxic relationship. Because the moment you are in toxic relationship, the only thing it does, it messes your brain. You don't think well. It makes you to go down. That's why you see some people, when they go through heartbreak, some of them, it takes a very long time to recover. And that time that you're taking to recovery is the time you could have used to do something very important with your life. So we want to try as much as possible, guys, to look all of this, to take all of this into consideration. Thank you all for watching my video for today. These are the tips I had for you today, just because I have been hearing a lot of people calling cops on your wife, calling cops on your husband, assaulting, abusing. It's aching for you to be in a relationship and all the time you're fighting with your partner. Is aching. I am not saying mine is perfect, but what I do is I try as much as possible to see how our problem can be solved. If this problem is not solved, what do? All you have to do is leave, rather than be somewhere that one day your head might go though. I mean, you better be alone. So that is it. So thank you guys for watching this video. I felt like this was a concern and I said let me share it with you. If you have a comment on how this problem can be solved, please do not hesitate to leave them in the comment section so we can all talk about this and try to see how we can, you know, fix our society out there, and also the people who are going through this problem, because it's a really vital problem, and most of the time it destroys our mental health. It destroys our mental health. It becomes an issue. You don't feel like living, you feel like dying. That is a problem, and this needs to be addressed. Thank you all, and I will all see you in my next video. Thank you for watching Miriam Ange Vibes, and I will see you in the next Vibes. Bye. They don't joke with your laws, and we have to really try as much as possible to see how we can study to know how